So Fred, if you ate like that, and well, let's just step away from what this person's saying, all right? So we're going to step away and say, okay, if you're eating multiple meals, will you be producing, or will you be consuming too much sugar? Will you have a roller coaster effect with your insulin? Could that lead you into diabetes, hypoglycemia, and cancer?
Well, let's look at this whole picture here, right? I think this is very, very important that we look at the whole picture. First of all, your body, the reason why the beta cells produce insulin, because we are designed to eat some carbohydrates, sugary food, and basically fruit. And to look at fruit, if it's potentially harmful to us, I think it's a very, very big mistake. Everybody looks at Otto Warburg's research, and I don't think, I have my doubts about whether they really understand what Otto Warburg was saying there. Now, if you have stage 4 cancer, of course you want to, don't eat fruit. But what happens if you don't have cancer and you're utilizing fruit intelligently, you don't have to eat a tremendous amount of fruit to the point where your body's going to have to, you're going to be stressing the beta cells in your pancreas and your body has to produce a lot of insulin. It's not necessary. Now, you might be able to do that, and if your pancreas holds up, you will have a normal blood sugar and have a tremendous amount of energy. But my experience over the last 50 years, that a lot of people that did that, some of the old-time natural hygienists, when they were into that fruit type of thing, a lot of them, it didn't hold up after 10, 15 years. They ran into problems here. So you can't look, now we got people convinced today that sugar from a whole plant-based source is like a disaster. Well, that is not true. Because if you're doing this type of a diet correctly, and you're eating some vegetables, you're eating some fruit, you're not eating like a hog, like a pig, and you're getting enough, and you're leaving out all the processed food where you're getting all these empty calories, and you're not overeating on the concentrated foods where you get a lot of concentrated calories, which you probably don't need anyway. And now the latest research is showing, in spite of what people are thinking, that if you're doing this correctly, you're automatically on a calorically restricted diet. And the latest research done by Luigi Fontana, Washington Medical School, is showing that a calorically restricted diet done correctly, where you're getting all the nutrients that you need, and this can be done, is definitely going to, slow down your aging process. I believe that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing something like this. So the key is we can't we can't mix philosophy with abstract science and then taking statistics, whether epidemiological or archaeological, and take them to try to mix this up, put this together, to stack one supposition on top of another, try to come to a conclusion. That's what a lot of people are doing today. Let's look at the bottom line. The bottom line states that there are millions of people in the world today that are eating a vegetarian diet. I'm not talking about, lacto-ovo vegetarian diet, because then there's no challenge there. I'm talking about people that are eating a vegan vegetarian diet. I don't know the exact number, but I would guesstimate millions worldwide, because more and more people are doing this. And I'm not even talking about people who've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, because to me that don't mean anything. That's not an indication of a person that could eat a vegan diet over a long period of time. I'm talking about 10 years or more, one generation, 10 years or more. That's where the Pettipan family in upstate New York started to realize there was something wrong with what they were doing. Once they switched to the right thing, their problem was eliminated. And Dr. Christopher J. Curcio tried to correct what was wrong, that was going on with some of the original natural hygienists, and they didn't want to hear it. They never heard it, I guess. I don't really know what the answer is here. So the truth is out there, and I certainly don't want to, I certainly don't want to add any more confusion to the confusion, but I'm not a dogmatic guy, and I'm for people choosing their own dietary lifestyle as long as, they're getting everything they need and not too much of one specific thing. The basic discussion here is whether you could be a healthy vegan vegetarian or not. And again, I state that the answer to that question is absolutely, unequivocally yes. and how to answer that problem without all the statistics. There's tremendous amount of people out there doing it now in this day and age.